petition was filed before the High Court in Mombasa on 3rd of May 2023. The learned judge gave directions. Service to be effected immediately. And we appear before the judge for inter-parties hearing on the 8th. The same day the directions came, we served all the parties online, and we served them physically. This application that was brought before you, the affidavit is signed by the DCI. On 5th, that's when the DCI saw an affidavit that was drawn and brought before you for its part holders. Evidence we have presented before you. The Inspector General of Police received the physical copy on 4th of May 2023. A day before they appeared before you. The DCI, the draft, his stamp here, received it on 4th. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution received his copy on 4th. Just like the way government is every other day, they do not regard that service. They make the application before you. They don't disclose. But this matter is already alive in Mombasa. On the same day they are filing an application before you, they are swearing another replying affidavit to the learned judge. They never disclosed to you here. They never disclosed to the judge that they are here. It is simply that question that we are before you. That had they disclosed but there is a matter subsisting before the High Court. The court could not have listened to them. Interestingly, as they were before you here, they were also in a magistrate's court in Shanzu. Seeking similar orders. Similar counts. Similar telephone numbers. Of the judiciary as detectives without anybody noticing as part of their training. But it only took the petitioner a very short time to discover what the state is doing. Your Honor, the orders from this court were obtained by fraud, by deceit, by forum shopping. And they were intended to embarrass the High Court. And they have already embarrassed the High Court. They appeared before you not as a magistrate's court. They pretended to confer to you the jurisdiction of a court of appeal. You acted unknowingly, and the image is that a magistrate's court has jurisdiction to determine a matter substantively before High Court. Today, Your Honor, they are telling you, please, 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 don't move. The matter is in the High Court. The state, as Cliff will put it, eats its own children. And the state does not give birth to any child to know the pain it inflicts on human beings. The banks are in Mombasa. The church is in Mombasa. The schools are in Mombasa, in Kilifi. For God's case, you know, there are more than 500 courts all the way from Kilifi to Milimani. And I want to be very categorical that this is a trend that the state has perfected. When I was on record for, and this whole team was on record for the former CS Matiang'i, the state did 6 miscellaneous applications in one day. And each court was saying, serve. They forum shopped until the 6th court at Makadara gave them order to forcefully break. And that matter is still on. You know, you have been brought into that mix. Not very, very knowingly by the state what they are doing. It is, you know, This is not the only issue that probably is coming. The persecution of Pastor Ezekiel, for the record purposes, Mr. Cliff will give the history of what we have undergone, is that the state agencies are competing to persecute the faith, the Christian faith. A serious state attack on the faith of Christians is being perpetuated by such character. It started by Cliff and Shadrach will put it to to understand the historical and context of this matter. The state is determined to completely destroy Pastor Ezekiel and take the possession of the properties of Ezekiel. That is the bigger picture. That is why they are going all over. And for the benefit, at least now that we are aware, we have positioned not less than 40 advocates all over courts in Kenya looking at where is the state again appearing from. Your Honor, it is my final statement that I have very firm instructions from Pastor Ezekiel that he has no problem with the judiciary. He has full confidence in the independence of the judiciary. He has no faith in the arms of investigations. He has no war with the ODPP at all. ODPP is not involved in investigations. When the ODPP will be given the file to decide to charge, then that is a different matter. The ODPP, as she sits here, is equally very embarrassed. She's in pain. She has asked them to do an affidavit. They've taken to the bush. They are not here. That's why she says she can't file anything. That is a clear admission that, Your Honor, those orders must die now. Let me give Mr. Cliff on that, then the owner of the petition is here, Mr. Naberi.
Mr. Dunstan did not put. The state does not give birth to children. But what does it do? It eats children of others. That is the way it should be. And in the process of them trying to be mischievous, they eat the ODPP, they eat the judiciary, and they don't care. Why? They are like a horse with blinders and they just target one thing and never look aside. So for you to be able to understand this matter and the bile that is behind it, this was a matter that started just with a mere commercial transaction. Pastor Ezekiel was looking for a TV station. He is informed that Mackenzie is selling. He goes to Mackenzie and pays a deposit of 500,000. Mackenzie complicates the situation by asking more than the 3 million that was agreed, by us adding other toppings to make it 5 million. Pastor Ezekiel says, no, I'm no longer interested. I can get my own station. That is the end of the communication. So all these other stories that they are in business together, they are friends, is just an overheated imagination, nothing else. But because the damage has already been done by those words of the state that is associated with Mackenzie, they cannot retreat. They cannot back down. They must be seen to be doing the right thing, and that what they said must be gospel truth. Pastor Ezekiel is arrested for investigations. They ask for 30 days. They ask for 30 days. The court gives them 7 days because on the day we came back to court, they had not done anything. For 7 days. And the court decided what? That was not in good faith. Ezekiel was released on bail. This was not good for them again. The bail is still there and they are not happy. So what do? They must try to frustrate him. They ask for 30 more days. The court denies. Because they are acting in bad faith. But they do not stop there when they are embarrassed with bad faith. What do they do on 4th? When we file the application on 3rd, on 4th, they rush to Shanzu. 4th, the next day. Having known that this matter had already been filed in Mombasa. The court in Shanzu tells them that the only order it can give them is to go and look and inspect books. Nothing else. You know, Shanzu court. Yes. They are not satisfied with that. We have served them already with the application and the court's orders. On 5th, when they are trying to make a replying affidavit, they make a reply in court for the Mombasa case. And on the same 5th, they make an application in this court. The ODPP, having been eaten up, does not know this. Why? Though we have served them, the DCI now goes to make affidavits in front of the DCI, in front of the ODPP, to make this application, as well as to reply to the one in Mombasa. ODPP might say that they are not aware, but they're the ones who are helping them prosecute this matter in court. They are the ones present, so they cannot hide. Sombo, one of the DCI officers, makes one affidavit. Mwaniki, Munene, makes another affidavit. All from the DCI office. Can they say they did not know about this matter then? We appear in court on the 8th. And what does the DPP do? Asks for time to respond to further affidavits. So the DPP knows. And that, on the 8th. And I can feel the pain, as I was saying, for my sister. She will get embarrassed about it because all this is something that she does not know. They ask for time. The court says the matter must be heard. While we are in court, then we discover that they punish somebody. And this is what, by your honor, as you make this ruling, you will have to have this in mind. Because somebody else, we don't come to this court because they came. We come to this court because we become wards of this court, and the court must then balance this. Their pressure cannot be used to bear on you, Your Honor. And I don't think that you can be the kind of person who can be put under pressure. I have been in this court before. Your Honor, do the wise thing.
Yes, allow me, Your Honor, to invite you to a Court of Appeal ruling. And the citation is Bahadurali Ibrahim Shamji versus Al-Nur Jamal and 2 others, to say, in relation to persons who come to court while not making full disclosure of what they undertake to do. And I'm starting to read kindly from page number 5. It is 10 pages, but just page number 5, a citation. It is perfectly well settled that a person who will be affected by that which the court is asked to do is under an obligation to the court to make the fullest possible disclosure from the proceedings, and he will be deprived of any advantage he may have already obtained by him. That is perfectly plain and requires no authority to justify it. That is the wisdom that oozed down from the Court of Appeal in the citation that I've stated. You know, you've been taken through the history of this matter.
To the people in Mavueni and those that believe in the gospel of Christ. Yes, Your Honor, yes. Your Honor, I must suggest to the court, just in order for us to assist the court, I know the court is well empowered to give appropriate orders. Let them go print out the bank statements. Let them print out the M-Pesa and those communication logs, everything that they want, while we allow the operations of the school to run. Yes, and you know, I'm reminded by Malaned Senior. That is what the law provides in a circumstance. And the court, even if it is not to set aside the orders because of what we have disclosed, the material non-disclosure, then the court is empowered in the circumstance to set aside these orders, to vacate them. Life must continue. The state cannot come here, want to frustrate one of its own in the name of investigations. Your Honor, I close by urging the court to be gallant, to be brave, and to be true to its oath of office.
The applicants raise the same issues in an application that is coming up for ruling before the Mombasa Law Court, High Court, sorry, on the 15th of May, 2023. And you know, it's presumable that the orders given by that court may affect the substantive issue that is already before this court. Further, Your Honor, even being in a position to respond, this application was only served on 10th of May, and the further affidavit was served this morning. Away from that, Your Honor, the applicant has given a long history of the matter that is at hand. But what they have failed also to tell the court is that all the issues in Shanzu, in Mombasa Law Court, are different from what was brought before this court. The issue that we brought before the court was money laundering, not the issues of murder, but money laundering. That was the basis for us seeking the orders before the court. And again, you know, I have not minced my words. I was not aware of the petition, and when I approached the court, Your Honor, it was with clean hands. We pray directions of the High Court. Then we can come again before the court for directions on hearing of this matter. That would be all.
Indicated after you had finished your submission earlier on, I indicated what I consider to be the underlying issue, that actually the substratum of this application before me. But all said and done, I think, first of all, my thoughts and prayer to the families of those who lost their loved ones. I think as a Christian, and I believe most of you profess that Christianity, I think it's a sad day for us all, but our prayers to the families. I want an indication, do you have the order of the Shanzu Law Court? It's attached, it's in the further affidavit. Oh, okay, because I really perused the other affidavit. Because I also to note that this matter is literally before the Superior Court, and actually even my hands is shaking because I don't want to make a step and then the Superior Court construe me to be the Court of Appeal, as someone have alluded to. So I'll be quite hesitant to make any orders in the meantime, yeah. Obviously, because I think we've been made aware that the matter is before the High Court. I think it's only logical and in best interest of justice and good order to avoid any further embarrassment, yeah. And it's good, maybe it should be imbued in our practice that, you know, such disclosure should come early to avoid such scenarios, you know. It will have saved a lot of face, it will save a lot of, you know, the different orders from different courts, which obviously is an abuse of the process. But I think we are here. I'll just urge that since the matter is before the Superior Court, and I know Mr. Ombeto, you've been in this corridor, Mr. Nyaberi, Mr. Danson Omar and the rest, you've been in this corridor for long. I think once the matter is before, the High Court has seized such an application of the issue that is before us. I think the best we can do is to put our pens down. I think that is what jurisdiction is, yeah, from the old days of, you know, once you realize this matter is before, that's what I'm saying, I will do a determination, because you've really submitted, and of course you desire for a decision, but I plead that since the High Court is already seized with this matter, yeah, Mr. Ombeta, can we, and the decision is being rendered on Monday, which is 3 or 4 days from now, can we agree so on the best way forward, yeah?
My suggestion was this.
Yes, yes, that's,
A ruling does come from here.
yes.
Because the High Court will, if it exercises its powers of revision, it will report.
I'll retire to deliver the same. I'll deliver the same tomorrow at 9 a.m. So kindly just be patient until tomorrow so that I can consider all that issues, so that once I render a ruling, it is quite substantial. I thought we'd be able to have an understanding, but obviously there is none. So I think let's be patient. Mr. Omari, Mr. Ombeta, and the learned prosecutor, just be patient until tomorrow at 9, and then I'll give my decision. I think that is fair enough.
That's
Okay.